Hi everyone, it's Keira and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing my annual FIA Formula 2 season predictions. I do this video every year and this year is no different. We are kicking it off in Bahrain this year and I have written down my predictions for the championship, who I think is going to have the best teammate, who I think is going to go up into Formula 1 the next year and things like that. Before I get on into the video, if you do enjoy it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Also follow me on Twitch. I am literally live streaming on Twitch, guys, all the time. Whether you want a Formula 1 watch along, football watch along, Drive to Survive, everything. I'm doing everything over there. So if you're interested in live streaming, my Twitch link is in the description box. But enough rambling about that. I think we should just get on into the predictions. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be predicting is who is going to have the biggest teammate rivalry. Now, we've got some great teammates going around in Formula 2 this year, but I have said the Carlin boys in Liam Lawson and Logan Sargent are going to have the biggest rivalry. Now, that doesn't mean it's good rivalry, that doesn't mean it's bad rivalry, that just means there's going to be a rivalry within the team regardless of whether, you know, how the emotions are. I think Logan Sargent really showed in 2020 what he was worth, and last year he done another year in Formula 3 when he really should have stepped up, but because of financial issues and stuff he couldn't. But this year he has been able to step up into Formula 2 and has got that backing from Williams now, which I think is going to be crucial. I think that's going to really give him a boost going into the season, and I think he's really going to show it. Carlin, we know, is a good car in Formula 2. It's not the best car, it's not the worst car, but it's going to be fighting up there, and I think when you've got the drivers like Liam Lawson and also Logan Sargent involved, I really don't think that you can go wrong. Liam Lawson, I mean, if you know me, you know I really back Liam Lawson. I think he's a great driver, but I think he had really bad luck last year, like really, really bad luck. I think any driver you could look at, even Christian Lundgaard, Marcus Armstrong, they both had quite difficult years last year, but I think Liam Lawson had the worst year last year. So much bad luck, and it doesn't reflect on the talent that Liam Lawson is. So I think together, I think they're going to really push each other and they're going to have a very good rivalry, and I think they're going to be quite tight and quite close with in like their performances. I definitely think they're going to be two very good drivers. Now next I'm going to predict the Rookie of the Year. Now there is a Antoine Hubert Rookie of the Year award which is given out every year, and this year I am going to award it. I'm giving it out, but I'm going to give it to Dennis Hauger. Dennis Hauger dominated Formula 3 last year. Jack Doohan was kind of creeping up on him for the title at the end, but he couldn't really get close because the work Dennis had put in the whole of the season. Dennis Hauger has stepped up from Prema to Prema. We've known how that has gone so many times before with other drivers, and I can't see that changing this time. Dennis Hauger is so fast, he's so quick, he can get up to speed quite quickly, and he is just one of those drivers. Again, as I said, he's still going to be in the Prema this year, and the Prema is just so good, like so good. So I can't see it being anyone other than Dennis Hauger. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to predict is who do I think is going to come up into Formula 1. Now we know most years it's kind of up and down. Some people will come up from Formula 2, as they should, to Formula 1. And this is a kind of a sticky one. I'm going to say probably somebody is going to step up for the AlphaTauri seat, whether that is Pierre moves over to go to another team, or maybe Yuki Tsunoda moves over, or maybe he isn't performing. You know how cutthroat Red Bull could be. There are a lot of options Red Bull could go with for this year and for 2023 to have a seat. We know that there's kind of always been the battle of Yuri Vips versus Liam Lawson for an AlphaTauri seat. Nothing ever came to fruition for this year, and they retained their lineup AlphaTauri for 2022. But there could be so many people in shot for this. We know both the Prema boys are Red Bull affiliated and are within that junior academy. So we've got Jehan Ravala, Dennis Hauger. I feel like Dennis could probably be one of the protagonists. I feel like a lot of people are quite stuck in, you know, in the mists of, it's either going to be Yuri or it's going to be Liam Lawson, and I definitely feel like it could be one of those. But if Dennis Hauger performs and wins this championship or does well in this championship, Red Bull can't ignore him, and whether they want to maybe put him another year in F2, if he wins the championship they can't. So this is probably going to be the stickiest one, but I'm probably going to say it's going to be someone from the Red Bull Junior Academy that is going to move up, if anyone. The only thing I could say is maybe if there's a Haas seat available, if Mick Schumacher does step up to Ferrari, but then I feel like Ferrari would rather do a straight swap back and put Carlos Sainz into the Haas, and I feel like if you are a Haas driver, you are going to need to have a lot of financial backing, and with the current grid of F2, I can't see anybody that really stands out as I'm a decent driver with loads of money. Now the next thing I'm going to predict is the stupidest driver. It kind of coincides with the worst driver, but I'm going to call it the stupidest driver this year, and I'm going to say Amaury Cordeel, he's one of them. I put him in the group with the Deleders, and the Rangunathans and the Samayas and even the Satos. I know Sato is still up here racing, but he's not great. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Amri Khadil isn't the best. He wasn't really able to get to grips overly with the Formula 3 machinery, and I'm very much worried that with the Formula 2 machinery it's going to be following suit. I don't think he's quite going to get there. I feel like there's going to be an element of which he's just not going to be able to be put up with the Formula 2 machinery, like Deleda, where he couldn't get the 107%, where he couldn't qualify, but obviously the FIA let him every single time race. And maybe Khadil might fall into that. I'm just not sure Khadil's quite got what it takes to race in Formula 2, so I'm going to say him. Now, next up is going to be the most poles, and I've said Dennis Hauger. I'm on a Dennis Hauger hype train this year. I honestly just feel like he's going to dominate. He's in the Prema. Premas are so fast, whether that's race pace, whether that is one lap pace. Jehan maybe be able to do something, or maybe you could look at someone from outside of that team. But I think with how good Dennis was in qualifying last year, I can't really see that changing now he's stepped up to Formula 2. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to predicting the championship. This is really hard, but a lot of the time I do get this right. But this year I'm struggling a little bit. I'm a little bit worried. But anyway, we're going to get into it. We're going to start off with the constructors. So for P3 in the constructors, I have said MP Motorsport. I love MP Motorsport's lineup this year. They have got Clement Novalak, who is he was a great F3 protagonist, and he's stepped up into Formula 2. He had some links with Trident before, and obviously he was racing with Trident last year, but he has ultimately stepped up with MP. And from 2020, MP have got back Felipe Drugovich. What a lineup. Them two are both so good. I've always said Felipe Drugovich is very much a dark horse, and I kind of feel that with Clement Novalak as well. I feel like they're both drivers that are there or thereabouts, but they're never like there. They're always just like they're getting the points, getting the podiums, getting what they need to do. And I just feel like MP, with them two together, MP are definitely going to be up there in the constructors. Like, they're going to be bagging points a lot. Now for P2, going back to what I was talking about at the start of this video, I have said it's going to be Carlin with Logan Sargent and Liam Lawson. I think with this, as I said, I think they're both very strong drivers, and I feel like Carlin can get themselves up there. As I said, Carlin is never been a team of which have been right up there. They've always kind of just been there or thereabouts, but I feel like with these two it's going to push them forward. Obviously you might be wondering, Keira, why have you not said you and I Virtuosi? I think Jack Doohan's going to be great. I don't think Sato's going to be good. I think Sato has had one too many years in Formula 2. He's now in a very good car with Virtuosi, and I just think he's going to drag them down. So I haven't said Virtuosi for P1. I have said Prema for P1. I know it's a basic thing to do. I know you might be thinking, Keira, you didn't go outside the box, but I just don't really know how I could get outside the box with that. I don't really know what I can say other than Prema to put up there. I think Dennis Hauger's going to be great, and I think Jehan is going to show it. I think there's an element of me that maybe thinks Jehan might have a little bit of a blip, but then I've got to remember back to the Jehan I saw in 2020 and F3, and then it makes me realise, oh yeah, no, he actually still does have it. He just didn't have a great season last year. So I think Prema are going to win the constructors. And now for the Drivers' Championship in P3, I have said Jack Doohan. I know that you said that you and I were not up there, but I feel like it's because Jack is going to kind of be single-handedly getting the points for you and I, and it's just not enough in Formula 2. It's not enough in any racing series if your teammate isn't quite pulling their weight and isn't quite getting the points that they should. So I haven't said you and I up there for constructors, but I have said Jack Doohan up there for the drivers. That probably is a little bit bold, but I am very much a Jack Doohan fan, and I think he's going to race quite well. He's going to do quite well. So if I'm going to put him somewhere, I'm going to just put him P3. I am. I've done it now. For P2, I have said Liam Lawson, as I said. Carlin, I think are going to be great. Don't need to reiterate it. I think Liam Lawson is hopefully, this is kind of me manifesting that Liam Lawson does have a good year. Hopefully he doesn't have any bad luck and he can just get on with it and do what Liam Lawson does best, and that is race well. So I have said Liam Lawson for P2. And for P1, I have gone with none other than Dennis Hauger. And you might be wondering, Keira, where is Jehan Duravala in this? I know. Me too. But I'm just going to go out. I'm just going to go and do it. But yeah, I think out of the Prema boys, I think Dennis Hauger is going to be the one that's going to step up, and he's probably going to dominate. I think Dennis Hauger's great. He's a great driver. He showed what he needed to do in F3 last year. Don't see that changing now. He's coming up into F2. And yeah, I feel like he's going to do what, we've seen Charles Leclerc do, what we've seen George Russell do, what we've seen Mick Schumacher kind of do. He did have 1 year in F2, but he's going to win both. Like, I just feel like he's gonna win F3, he's gonna come up win F2, and then he's gonna have to find a spot in Formula 1. So there we have it, that is it for today's video, and those are my FIA F2 predictions for the season. I will come back to this video in November, December, and I will sit down, react to this, and see what I got right, what I didn't, and things like that. It's very difficult, as always, to predict the junior series, but I think I have tried my best to do that. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Also, remember to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you want to follow me, I am there. Let me know in the comment section below what you are going to be predicting for the F2 season. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Let me know how you think people are going to perform, whether you think you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. I would love to hear. But yeah, thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you again soon. Bye!